This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of
In order
Marlon
for you to
Dixon.
become a therapist, you got to have a master's, not just a bachelor's. You got to have a master's, and you have to have like 1,500 plus hours of training. So if this is a 14-year-old and this is a 40-year-old, you don't, and she's a therapist, you don't think her mind all the way up here and his mind way down there somewhere. So she manipulated him. This is what I'm saying. This is my belief, my thoughts, my opinion. I don't 100% know, but I know that it's a lot of white women out there that are having sex with black men that's coming from Chicago or other big cities and coming to Iowa, specifically Chicago. They're getting pregnant by these guys, and there is no family. There is no family. Welcome back to Duffle LO, the sit down, and I ain't gonna talk too much. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, watch the entire video. This is the Iowa teacher sex scandal with students. Statistics show that majority of the teacher-student sexual scandals come from a women teacher, male student, and the women teacher is statistically strong, 90+% that it's a white teacher. Let me show you what's going on in Iowa. I ain't find all the cases, but I found a lot of cases, and I want you guys to see all these. So I ain't gonna read through all of them. Let me start right here, and then we're gonna go down the line, just so y'all can see some recent, some old. First one right here come from KCRG. Iowa teacher charged with sexually abusing student. When did this come out? This just came out a couple months ago, March 14th, 2022. And I'm gonna go back to some olds as well. So I'm gonna read these fast. This is Sac City, Iowa. A teacher from Sac County has been charged with several counts of sexual abuse in the third degree after reports indicate she had an ongoing inappropriate relationship with a student. Officials say that between August 25th, 2021 and March 4th, 2022, 34-year-old Stephanie Kelsey admitted to sex acts with a 15-year-old on more than one occasion. That's that article. We're going to go ahead, exit out, go to the next one. Now, here go another one right here. This one. Come out October 11, 2018. Iowa teacher turned stripper after being fired for sex with student. I'm telling y'all got to know this stuff. It was originally posted 9/14/2016. So let's see. Mary Beth Hagelin, 26, of Cedar Rapids, which is where I'm at. The former Cedar Rapids substitute teacher who had sex with a student has started her sentence. Updated from February 17, 2017 right here. She was sentenced Friday to 360 days in jail with all but 90 days suspended, followed by probation for 2 years and 10 years on the sex offender registry. So at 2027, she'll be off of that registry. A lot of people on the sex offenders for the rest of their life. She got 2 years of probation, so she already off probation. And then when they say she had all her days, but 90 days was suspended, that means she really only had 3 months after all this what she did. That's literally what that means. So now let's see. Look, they even gave her a crime watch story. Cedar Rapids, Iowa, a small town with a population barely big enough to fill a Los Angeles memorial. Like I said, these towns are so small, but everybody know each other. But people from big cities study coming to them, not knowing what's really going on in these towns. She's now at the center of a salacious sex scandal. Mary Beth Hagelin, a beautiful substitute teacher at a high school in town, admits to hooking up with one of the students and having sex with him more than 100 times. 100. Now she's telling her side of the story to Crime Watch Daily. So y'all can go down here and end up like looking at the little story that she's telling y'all all this and all that. Like she said, she went on, they even put her on Dr. Phil where she said she the victim. They said you got to read up on the story. She said that the school should have stopped this. She the one having sex with the student, but she said the school should have stopped this. Let's read a little bit more. Mary Beth, right here, I'm gonna start right here. But the illicit relationship comes to a grinding halt when the 24-year-old teacher is busted. After her teen lover's mother goes to police and files a report, Hagelin turns herself in. I don't ever want to see him again, Hagelin told Crime Watch Daily. Mary Beth Hagelin, charged with sexual exploitation by a school employee, pleaded not guilty. If convicted, she could face up to 2 years in prison and spend the next 10 on a sex offense. As we know, she only ended up with 2 years probation. She only got 90 days, and she on there for 10 years. We already seen her, the results. After Hagelin was fired from her teaching job, she worked as a server at a local pizza joint and at a clothing store, but those gigs didn't last long. Crime Watch Daily found her working as an exotic dancer at Woody's, a strip joint along a lonely highway just a few miles from the school where she used to teach. You see this? Woody's is one of the strip clubs here, and Lumberyard is the other here, and we also have dances. So those are 3 strip clubs. There's other strip clubs. I don't know them. I haven't been to them. Hagelin is under a court order not to have any contact with the student or she goes back to jail. But Crime Watch Daily witnessed that student go into Woody's. So they witnessed him coming to Woody's while she in there on the pole. What? Under fluorescent lights in the darkened club, Mary Beth Hagelin and her former student were locked in a deep conversation that lasted for about 30 minutes. Then the newly legal 18-year-old abruptly leaves. They confront Hagelin outside the club later, you see? So she wasn't even supposed to, let me make myself big real quick. She's not supposed to be in contact with him, yet she's on a real live national TV where they see her talking to him, and she's on probation and she's not supposed to be talking to him. Why she ain't go to jail for that? But like I told y'all need to understand what was going on. All right, well, let's go back to sharing my screen, and we done with her. So let's go to the next one, because it ain't just all ladies. So I don't want to make it seem like it's just all ladies. You know, some men to do their thing too. Former Iowa teacher charged in sex case involving a student, January 21st, 2022. These are recent. This has been going on for a long time. A former Southeastern Iowa high school teacher has been charged with sexual exploitation by a school employee after police say he sexually abused an underage girl who was a student at the school. That's a male. Riverside, Iowa, a former Southeastern Iowa high school teacher has been charged with sexual exploitation by, we already read that, Justin David Rapier, damn, that's a crazy last name, was arrested and charged Thursday, the Washington County Sheriff's Office said in a news release. Investigators said that Rapier was a teacher at Highland High School in Riverside when the Sheriff's Office received a report in December of a possible sexual abuse case involving the child. An investigation uncovered that Rapier was involved in a sexual relationship with the teen. The sheriff said if convicted, he faced up to 5 years in prison. That's that case. Next case. What just happened? Where you going? So don't think it's just these single ladies or these single men or they old, like these. This is serious. This July 3rd, 2016. Told you some of the stuff new, some of the stuff old, but I ain't look at all of them. I just wanted to show you guys that this is nothing that just only happened one time. This happens, like it continuously happens. So all of these people that's going to jail, these are their teachers. They need their teachers. They need their substitute teachers. They need their school employees. They need all these people. So these people can circumvent going to jail if they were having sex with someone that was 16 that was able to what? Consent. So if you see how all these was popping up in 2016, and there's some that go further back than that, once they changed the law in 2018, that is just the dynamic in the relationship. Basically, you're a teacher and they're a student. So because you have authority over them, you kind of in a way can coerce them into having sex with you. But let's go right here. Married Iowa teacher arrested for allegedly having sexual relationship with recently graduated student. That's her right there. Her name is Amanda Dreer. She's 27. A married English teacher in the Ankeny Community School District in Iowa has been charged with sexual exploitation by a school employee. Man, they said an Iowa high school teacher accused of being in a relationship with a recently graduated student was arrested after she allegedly couldn't wait 30 days to get her hands on him. So basically, once the student graduates, you can have the sexual relationship with them 30 days after they graduate. She couldn't wait 30 days. Police found Amanda Dreer, a married English teacher at Ankeny High School, with the 18-year-old former student in a car on June 7, just 3 days after he graduated. In the car hitting the teacher. What? Boy. While officers didn't see the two having sex, the two didn't sit right with the officer. After investigating the couple's text messages, social media posts, and speaking with the teacher and former student, police learned that the two had started a sexual relationship just one day before they were caught. So she already was plotting, and he probably was already plotting. They was plotting while school was still going on. Then they like, hey, bro, you know, what's up, man? You married, man? See what that car looking like? You feel me? Like, what? It was obviously some unscrupulous behavior they uncovered during the investigation, Schaefer said, according to the local newspaper. Despite the teen not being a student at the school anymore, Iowa law prohibits teachers from having relationships with students for 30 days after graduation. Let me say that again. Let me highlight that. I want y'all to just look at that. Let's marinate on that. This is their law. Iowa law prohibits teachers from having a relationship with students for 30 days after graduation. So if they graduate June 1st, you got to wait till July 1st, July 2nd. Have at it. You can't do it right after graduation. You can't do it while they're a student. You got to wait till after graduation. But it's able to do it. She just couldn't wait 30 days, like they said. She resigned from the school on June 13th, just 6 days after getting caught. Oh my God, let's read that. The conduct alleged in this case is not tolerated in Ankeny schools. The district thoroughly investigates in a report that raises a concern about the conduct of a staff member, including in a report of inappropriate relationship, a spokesperson for the school district said in the statement. Next, we right back to Cedar Rapids. Like I said, I'm in Cedar Rapids. This is August 19th, 2020. This 2016, 2018, 2020, 2022. You see, they had 2 years, they popping out with something, but if you look through that, you're gonna find way more. Like when I say this is going on here, I'm talking about this is going on here. And one thing's for sure, two things for certain. The crazy thing is some of these students is Black. These are Black male students that's having sex with these white female teachers. I'm already knowing, because I kind of had a talk with one of them that was in the situation and this ain't then one of these is the situation. But I really wanted to show y'all that situation. But because I actually knew the student, I ain't want to show it to y'all because then, I ain't got time for that. But look at this. August 19th, 2020. This is a former Cedar Rapids school therapist. Not just a teacher, but a therapist. Like she's supposed to be molding this child's mind and trying to help the child. But what happened? A former Cedar Rapids school therapist has been charged with having sex with a 14-year-old student at Polk Alternatives Education Center. The Cedar Rapids Gazette reports that 45-year-old Miranda Breeden of Monticello appeared in federal court too. She 45, he 14. That's 31 years. That's 31 years. And she old, bro. I think I want to see how she looked. Because, just see how she looked. According to the criminal complaint, Breeden worked for the district from August 2019 to January of this year. The Cedar Rapids Community School District issued a statement Tuesday that indicated Breeden was placed on leave after officials became aware of the allegations. She was formally terminated July 30th. The boy's mother raised concerns about the relationship and subsequently found inappropriate text messages between her son and the therapist. Breeden was identified as a therapist after the mother took screenshots of the text messages and gave them to police. The boy's brother also confirmed there was a sexual relationship. During an investigative interview, the 14-year-old said that he and Breeden had sex in her office at school, hotel rooms, and at Breeden's parents' house in Monticello. She's also accused of buying a gun for him. If convicted, the woman faces up to 10 years in prison on a gun charge and up to life in prison on the enticement of a minor. Let's get her name. Let's see how she look. Copy. Let's go to Google. Telling y'all this Iowa stuff is, but y'all really don't. What? Y'all better know it, Jack. It be something going on. That's how she look. Let's see how she look when she, look. That's her right there. Or is that her? Yeah, that gotta be the same person. Yeah. So this is the same person. This must be her too. Now look, now I gotta put this at the end of the video. This is the juicy part when I say it be some crazy stuff going on in Iowa. Now let me explain something to you. This is a whole nother article that I gotta read about this lady. That was a young Black boy that she had sex with. You see how old she is. She had sex with that young Black boy. This was my theory when I followed this story personally. I believe she was trying to get pregnant, because let me show you why. This is her. What's her name? Miranda Breeden and her husband, Michael Breeden. Let me go right here. That's the same person, right? Miranda Breeden, that's her going to jail, and that's her and her husband right here. Now let's read this article. When did this article come out? May 19th, 2017. When did she end up having sex with the teen? Let's go back into that article and see. That was 2017. This article came out August 2020. So we know you're gonna take 9 months to get a baby. That's the juicy stuff, y'all. Like y'all gotta really understand. Like, okay, let me go ahead and make myself big when I say this. I want y'all to look at me when I say this. I mean, no foul, no harm to any races out there. Well, not racist, like if you're racist, but you know what race you is, you black, you white, you Mexican, Hispanic, whatever you is. No, none of that. But if you come to Iowa, you're gonna see a lot of white women with mixed kids. They are going after the black guy, having children by him, and then they're taking the children and he's going back to the ghetto he go. That's what's happening. So now in this situation, let's maybe back a little so I can show you guys this is real. Started a family with help from the community. This is May 19, 2017. This is the same teacher that got caught with that student that was 14. She is 40. She what, 45, 46 or something? So now this before she got caught. So now look, Miranda Breeden, a mental health therapist, so we know this in Monticello, has been trying to start a family for 5 years. What? I decided to go to a specialist 3 years ago. We just weren't getting pregnant. Fertility drugs weren't working either. Miranda's husband, Michael Breeden, went with her from clinic to clinic. She's trying to get pregnant. Watch that documentary, Our Father. Rather than them going to the clinic and trying to do it, they getting y'all little black boys. They is getting y'all little black boys, or they getting y'all black men that ain't got none. They giving y'all a home, giving y'all a meal, buttering y'all up, loving on y'all, and then y'all impregnating them, and then they kicking y'all out and they keeping that baby because they want the baby. This is serious. Listen to this. All of his vacation time is spent going to infertility clinics with me. He's just as sad about it because he wants a child too. Breeden was eventually diagnosed with diminished ovarian reserves and said she's tried ovulation prediction, special herbs, acupuncture, and even changing her diet, all to no effect. She can't get knocked, my baby. She can't get knocked. Finally, we went to a doctor in St. Louis to get a second opinion. She said they're able to take out one egg and have it survive, but it could take 3 to 6 tries to be successful. They one at a time, and it can take 3 to 6 to be. This procedure will cost Breeden close to $10,000 per try, up to 6,000, 60,000 total. Breeden says she found out while visiting her various specialist clinics that assisted reproductive technology isn't covered by medical insurance, so she got to pay this out of pocket. Think about that. Let's put that together. She got to pay this out of pocket. I was shocked. I just assumed it was covered. She said, I don't think the insurance company should be able to not cover this just because it's expensive. It's not my fault I have this problem. She has considered adoption or a surrogate mother, but both of those options are very expensive as well, with the adoption of a little girl costing almost $45,000 and a little boy $15,000. Now, why the girl costs more than the boy? Like, is it breeding? Y'all better know it, Jack. What's going on? She was at loss until her sister had an idea. It hit me that it was going to cost $60,000 more to get this done. She said, I really didn't know what to do until my sister suggested setting up a GoFundMe account. A GoFundMe account. GoFundMe is a website. Obviously, you know GoFundMe. The generosity of donors so far has been amazing to Breeden, who said the problem is more common than most people probably think. According to her GoFundMe page, Breeden has raised a little more than $8,000 of her $60,000 goal since starting the page over 3 weeks ago. They is trying to help her hide this baby. When I say, excuse me for being, taking this video and going somewhere else with it, but I'm kind of glad that I get to not sneak it in here, but I get to put it in this video for people that make it to this, so I can tell y'all. She couldn't have a baby. And the community banded together to try to come up with this money for her to have a baby. She infertile, her husband infertile, they infertile. So what she did was she moved a few towns over, came to Cedar Rapids, and got a 14-year-old where he's 1 year away from puberty. So he's able to bust, and his sperm is so potent at 14 that you literally got this little boy a gun and all type of stuff to get him to have sex with you so you can try to have your baby. When I say y'all need to really look into this, and if you know somebody, like, bro, it's real life weird stuff going on for real. That's why I got to show it to y'all, because if I just say it, y'all be like, wait, hold on, what is he saying? No. If you understand the statistics, like I said, no disrespect to the races. It's just what the statistics says. More whites are dying than being born because the women are infertile and the men are infertile. But guess what? The blacks, We diesel. So they are, hey, I got an idea. How about we go over there? And this is what's going on. She just so happened to do it with a little boy. So I'm just showing y'all. Once again, if I talk too fast, let me show y'all real quick. This starting a family with the help of the community. This is her. And this came out in 2017. She's trying to start a family. And her community with the GoFundMe paid money to try to get her to go through this process to try to get pregnant. So both of them is trying to get pregnant. What she chose to do was she had sex with one of her students. This came out in 2020. So you see in 2017, she's trying to have a baby. She still ain't had the baby. Now in 2020, it comes out that she's been having sex with her student. That's a little young Black boy. Put two and two together, what you think she was having sex with him for? Back to the story of, as you guys can see, they started GoFundMe, whatever it's that, that's cost that. And I think most people with infertility probably don't speak up because it's shameful. Breeden said it's devastating and hard to talk about. So most people don't. It wasn't easy for Breeden to ask for help either. It hasn't been easy for me to come out with my story, and it's especially not easy to ask for help, especially money, she said, but I did it because I want a child more than anything else. So if she want a child more than anything else, you think she ain't gonna go to the next town over with and get a young boy to have sex with her so she can have the child that she want and her husband want the child? So this video, I literally got to think about where I'm gonna put this at in here. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. So y'all made this video, y'all see like, wait, hold on, this don't go. The videos didn't match right there. It's okay. Because of this certain video, this is what I wanted to kind of like not end with, but put towards the end, that this is my theory of what's going on here. There's too many mixed kids, and I don't have no feelings, about kids mixing and all this. Kids is cool. I like playing with the kids and all this stuff, all this stuff. It's cool. But what I'm saying is, when you sit down and you just focus on what just happened in them two articles, she's trying to have a baby and she cannot. A couple of years later, she gets caught having sex with her student that's a Black young boy that's 14, that's 30 years younger than her. If you put two, and she's a therapist. I have a bachelor's of science in psychology. In order for you to become a therapist, you got to have a master's. Not just a bachelor's, you got to have a master's, and you have to have like 1,500 plus hours of training. So if this is a 14-year-old and this is a 40-year-old, and she's a therapist, you don't think her mind all the way up here and his mind way down there somewhere? So she manipulated him. This is what I'm saying. This is my belief, my thoughts, my opinion. I don't 100% know, but I know that it's a lot of white women out there that are having sex with Black men that's coming from Chicago or other big cities and coming to Iowa, specifically Chicago. They're getting pregnant by these guys, and there is no family. There is no. It's even some Black girls here that's doing the same thing as well, but it's prevalent with the white girls of getting pregnant by these Black dudes, and then they're taking the child away and they're kicking him back wherever he go. And a lot of those dudes end up in jail. I just throw a little bit more sauce on it, but that's the truth. A lot of them end up in jail, and she end up over there with the baby. So I'm telling y'all, like, I'm so glad that this happened, like, naturally and organically, that I just so happened, like, hold on, let me see how she looked, and then just bumped into that, because I didn't even know that. Like, I'm telling you, I really didn't know. And I researched both of these before, and I found them, but I did this years ago, like in 2020, when I started researching her, and I found out that she was trying to have a baby. Then all of a sudden she get caught with this little boy. Boy, how people can't put that together, two and two, that she was trying to get pregnant. That's why she was having sex with him. And she banned him a gun, weed, liquor, all that. She was doing all that. So now what did this therapist do to this little young mind? What did she do to that little young mind? How old is that little boy now? What is he up to now when he know that this is in his past? So that's what I'm saying. Like, this stuff is real life crazy. Like, and I just was talking to a Black girl from shout out to Houston. I'm going to tell you right now. Shout out to Houston. I was talking to Houston the other day. She's from St. Louis, and she was out on her porch as we was talking on FaceTime, and she was like, I just don't understand. Like, why is the Black dudes not with the Black girls? Like, why is all these mixed kids here? Like there's nothing wrong with the mixed kids, but I'm like, bro, that's the land. I'm like, that's what it's. I'm like, do you see all of them? You see that shot? I see that. I'm like, that's exactly what I saw when I first came. I'm like, and none of them is with the father. Literally, none of them is with the father. Like it's insane that you'll have kids by this guy, but then you go find this guy to raise this guy kids. And then if you have kids by him, now you leave him to go find somebody else to raise both of their kids. Like when I say, that's why I say you guys got to really understand what goes on here. Like it's interesting. So to slow it down, to end it, that's what's going on. These teachers is having sex with these children. So don't think that it's not going on in Iowa. It goes on here. I ain't saying all white women, but I'm just saying, you come to Iowa and you look around, you're going to see a lot of mixed kids, and the mothers is white and the fathers is black. And a lot of the fathers probably from a whole nother culture, country, city, or something. You're going to see a lot of that. And you're going to wonder, like, what the, like, if you think you'll kind of theorize that they must be doing this on purpose. Like, that's how I looked at it. Like, it's happening. It's so prevalent that it must be on purpose. So I just look at it like, it's some behind the scenes going on or something going on with people that I ain't trying to be a part of. But so like I said for this video, hopefully you guys learned something, and knowing that it's finna get weirder. Trust me, it's finna get weirder. Knowing what's going on in Iowa, and don't think that it's just corn here and it's just no, it's stuff that's going on here. And y'all see it in the movies all the time. The places where people never go, you never know nothing about that, and everybody in the town know each other and they all some kin to each other and all that type of crazy stuff. You feel me? So I gotta say for this video, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, donate to the channel, copy some of the All Girl Kingpin merchandise. Make sure you guys hit me in an email for the mercy papers. Like, share, subscribe once again, and don't underestimate family, friends, lovers, enemies. Look objectively, no matter what city, state, or country is in, every hood is the same. And if nobody told you they love you today, I'm gonna tell you guys right now that I love you. That's why I bring you guys this information, to make you guys aware of what's going on when you're traveling around the world. You just got to know, keep your eyes open, especially the third eye, and understand what's going on. So that's all I got to say for this video. See you guys on the next episode. Duffle.
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.